California, Guatemala Tzu Chi volunteers returned to Palencia to distribute stationery to needy students. Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteers in Taoyuan and Taidong help fire survivors and a care recipient clean up their homes. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. After their visit to Palencia earlier this January, Guatemala Tzu Chi volunteers returned again on February 9 to hold a stationery distribution for impoverished students. With the help of the Palencia municipal government, stationery was distributed to 715 students.
After 3 weeks, Guatemala Tzu Chi volunteers are once again back in Palencia. This time to distribute school bags, notebooks, pencils, crayons, and even children's favorite cookies to 715 impoverished students. With the stationery, parents no longer have to worry about their children not having the basic necessities to continue their studies. And at the same time, Tzu Chi's care will never falter. Reciprocating the kindness they have received with a heart of gratitude, these children will continue working diligently in their studies.
Here in Malaysia, teachers at the Penang and Butterworth Tzu Chi kindergartens organize various activities during the Lunar New Year for students to experience the flavor of the traditional festival. Students also visited the local Jingsi Books and Cafe and Dialysis Center to extend their blessings for the new year.
This is the first assembly of the new year here at the Penang Tzu Chi Kindergarten. Students are thoroughly enjoying the play their teachers are putting on. Saying nice words is also the accumulation of blessings. At the start of a new year, not only are these little ones continuing to think kind thoughts and do good deeds, now they have a more important goal. And that is to learn to say good words.
Children don't automatically speak words of blessings. They usually keep quiet and hide behind their parents. The parents usually have to beg them to do so. So as teachers, we hope that our students can bravely and generously extend their blessings to others.
The red envelopes on the wall serves as message boxes between students and teachers. If students show good behavior or improvement, as encouragement, teachers will write down their blessings and place it inside the student's envelope.
There was a little boy who was concentrating well in class, so I wrote him a card to encourage him to keep it up.
They're very happy when they're recognized for their good behavior and will keep it up as a result.
Now students seize every opportunity they have to say kind words.
I gave my grandpa and grandma Jingsi aphorisms.
I made my grandma tea and wished her a happy new year and good health.
Beginning at school and extending to their families, students are creating a wide net of kind affinities through their words of blessings. Speaking kind words is just as important as doing good deeds. For these 4 to 6-year-olds, learning to speak words of blessings is this year's resolution.
I gave the Tzu Chi uncles and aunties chocolates to help them have the energy to conquer all obstacles.
Students of the Penang Tzu Chi Kindergarten visited the Tzu Chi Dialysis Center and Jingsi Books and Cafe during the Lunar New Year to extend their well wishes to patients and staff members.
During the new year, his teachers taught him how to say auspicious phrases. So now when he sees his elders and even relatives and friends, he will automatically wish them a happy new year.
I can see that my child has improved a lot. He's more proactive now and he can say many words of blessings. What a difference.
Meanwhile, from lantern riddles to paper cutting, teachers of the Tzu Kindergarten in Butterworth are designing activities to help their students experience the traditions of the Chinese New Year.
We want to promote these Chinese traditions, and we hope that our students will pass them on to their generation and the next.
On their path of education, students are also reminded of their roots, in the hopes that the beauty of the Chinese culture will be passed down from one generation to the next.
Recently at the Wanhua Jingsi Hall in Taipei, a gathering was held for members of the Tzu Policemen Association and their family members to celebrate the arrival of spring. Meanwhile, a gathering for Northern District Honorary Board members was also held at the Tzu Humanitarian Center in Guangdong.
In the new year, Master Zhenyan's words of wisdom are like a wake-up call.
说呀，每个地方呢都编列了预算，假如把这一些钱节省起来，可以为各地的穷困或者是呢那学校等等啊，都可以帮助不少的这穷人的孩子。
At the Tzu Humanitarian Center in Guangdong, a Northern District Honorary Board member gathering was held. Skits were performed to remind the audience to be vigilant and careful with resources and time. In this society, if we want to have a beautiful environment, then we must do our part in maintaining it.
Coming here, we can remind ourselves of the deeds we can undertake to better ourselves.
Here, I can settle my heart and am away from outside distractions. I am able to think about what more I can do to contribute. Jing's aphorisms and riddles also bring an element of fun to the event, as the honorary board members start the year off right. Over in Wanhua, a gathering was held for Tzu's police officers, firefighters, and their respective family members. An interactive guessing game had the audience rushing to participate, and those who guessed correctly received a stamp of good luck for the new year.
We have received much help from the volunteers, especially in the spiritual sense. They have done so much for us.
Busy making sure the event runs smoothly is Xu Huiming, who not only brings spiritual comfort to her husband, who is a police officer, but others as well. We often only see a police officer's tough and steely exterior, but on the inside, they are gentle and fragile like us. When they encounter a difficult situation, they are also in need of someone to share their feelings with. Another new face in the Tzu family is this firefighter.
A firefighter's job is similar to our work as volunteers, as they also help to relieve suffering and undertake difficult tasks. Like us, they are the first at the scene and work on the front lines.
Seeing the smiles on the officers' faces, it is evident that helping others brings much joy for all involved. In the United States, Ohio Tzu volunteers braved the wind and snow to pull off a beautiful spring festival. Meanwhile, in Canada's Vancouver, Tzu volunteers also held a spring festival, during which many talented individuals performed to bring joy to their audience. No matter if it's strumming a classic oldie or traditional Chinese dancing, Tzu volunteers show off their many talents during the Spring Festival here in Vancouver, Canada. The Tzu Foundation has spread far and wide in Canada, and this event has become somewhat of a reunion, with many sharing of how Tzu inspired them in the past.
Knowing what Tzu stands for and personally seeing Tzu in action has been very moving for me.
Meanwhile, in the United States, Tzu volunteers in Ohio braved the wind and snow to pull off a spring blessing ceremony. Many disasters stem from our hearts. I'm grateful to all the Tzu brothers and sisters in the Columbus area for giving us an opportunity to spread our compassion. Tzu and Tzu perform a sutra adaptation, one which they spent many hours perfecting. A mother-daughter pair also shared their personal stories, hoping to inspire more people to adopt a vegetarian diet.
Through my personal experience, adopting a vegetarian diet really lightens up your body, and it also accumulates merit as well. So I hope more people can experience this by starting to eat one vegetarian meal a day.
Is that coming here after, like in between classes, or hanging out, knowing the people in between classes, coming to Tzu meetings over the weekend, it brings an inner peace into your heart that you don't receive on campus.
At the end of the event, each participant received the Tzu red envelope of blessing and wisdom, a treasure that all took home with them.
In Taiwan, a fire broke out at a house in Taoyuan's Zhongli, leaving the house severely damaged. To help, Tzu volunteers mobilized to help fire survivors clean up their home. Meanwhile, in Taidong, Tzu volunteers found their way to care recipient Mrs. Huang and her son's home. There, the volunteers gave their house a makeover.
Cleaning equipment and daily necessities in hand, 44 volunteers are coming to help clean the home of care recipient Mrs. Huang. Upon seeing the messy environment, senior Tzu volunteers meet the task head-on. Some first-timers, however, are stunned by what they see.
No, I haven't. It's better to help them clean up so they can live in a more comfortable manner.
The filth and smell in the house doesn't discourage the volunteers, who in the future will return from time to time to check on Mrs. Huang and her son.
After today, we will come back regularly to check if she has kept the house clean.
I'm very happy because Tzu volunteers have helped me clean up my house. Now my home is more comfortable than before. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks to the volunteers, now Mrs. Huang and her son are enjoying a clean home. And seeing their smiles, the volunteers say their hard work has been all worthwhile. 3 days following the fire, Tzu volunteers joined fire survivor Li Jingyi and his family in clearing away the debris.
We probably could not clean up our home in a week because one person's strength is limited. It's no comparison to 30 people's strength.
A fire broke out on the evening of February 13th, devastating the Li family's house. Tzu volunteers later arrived to hand out consolation cash and emotional support. Li Jingyi's son, who has a burn on his face, also joins the volunteers in cleaning up.
Safety is what matters. Bless you, son. You are so blessed.
Through everyone's collective efforts, the debris in the house is soon cleared away.
Actually, just a few hours later, we had already cleaned up the mess. I'm very happy because we will soon be able to rebuild our home.
Thanks to the Tzu volunteers, the Li family will soon find their life return to normal.
Staying in Taiwan at their regular nursing home visits, Tainan and Taichung Tzu volunteers were both joined by young volunteers who put on various performances to light up senior residents' day.
Children from the Sutra study group at the Fengyuan Jinsi Hall in Taichung are putting on sign language performance for the senior at this local nursing home. Their effort successfully captures the seniors' attention.
We put on 2 sign language songs and we hope that we have cheered up these grandpas and grandmas.
Apart from the sign language show, the children also provide massages and even help feed the seniors delicious vegetarian noodles.
We help others with our palms down. We ask for help with our palms up. Coming here, we are grateful to be able to put the Master's Dharma into practice.
Aside from studying the sutra, they haven't had any experience in serving the elderly. But by being here today, they get to do just that.
Through the event, both parents and children realize the importance of fulfilling their filial duties before it is too late. Meanwhile, a group of youngsters joined Tzu Chi volunteers in Tainan on a visit to a local nursing home where they danced to introduce themselves to the home's residents. The students' youthful energy puts a smile on each of the seniors' faces. Later, volunteers also play games with the smiling grandpas and grandmas. Seeing how most of the residents are wheelchair-bound, Tzu Chi volunteer Liu Yu is reminded of her own father.
I don't get to see my father every day, so seeing these elderly residents and how they have trouble moving about really makes me sad.
Liu Yu now vows to seize every opportunity to give and treat the seniors she meets as kindly as she would with her own parents. Halfway through the event, the volunteers bring out a cake to surprise one senior who happens to be celebrating his birthday on this day. In all, it is a joyous day that residents will not forget.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteer Li Huizhen was declared brain dead after suffering from a cerebral hemorrhage at the end of last month. To fulfill her final wish, Li's family decided to donate her organs to spread her love further. At the memorial service held over the weekend, more than 500 family members, friends, and fellow volunteers gathered to commemorate the life of the selfless and kind-hearted Li Huizhen.
Sister Huizhen did good deeds and created blessings every day that made her the happiest.
Over 500 family members, friends, and fellow volunteers gathered to commemorate Tzu Chi volunteer Li Huizhen, who passed away recently. Her family decided to honor her last wish by donating her organs.
I thought I would be able to speak freely to you all about my mom, but I realized I can't do that because I miss her deeply. This is something that can't be changed.
Thinking back to how Li devoted herself wholeheartedly to the Buddhist NGO moved many to tears.
Though we were both very busy, every time we saw each other or spoke on the phone, we had endless things to talk about.
Though she is no longer around, her husband vows to continue to spread the love on behalf of Li Huizhen.
I will overcome the grief of losing my beloved wife and join your ranks to pay the love forward.
The pain of losing a loved one is never easy to let go. However, Li will always hold a special place in the hearts of her family and friends.
Though my mom is no longer around, she has left us with many things to think about. She has also made great contributions to society. I will deeply miss her because I respect and love her immensely.
Next to me, Lin Yanliang, who suffered from cerebral palsy, thus leaving him unable to move freely. Thankfully, his father gives him a foot massage daily and helps with his rehab. As such, Lin has shown great improvements in both his health and mobility.
This is Lin Yanliang, who suffers from cerebral palsy. Every day, Yanliang's father assists with his rehabilitation by using handmade equipment to stretch his legs.
He has difficulty in stretching his legs. Wait a second. It's done. Slowly, slowly.
Thanks to the dedication of Yanliang's father, his mobility has improved greatly. Besides helping out with his son's rehab, Yanliang's father also gives him a foot massage daily to improve the blood circulation in his legs.
不是脚底按摩很舒服吗？
很重啊，那你等一下来试试看。
我们要用药物给他健康。
Medications cannot make him healthier. Taking medications is only a temporary solution. Foot massages, on the other hand, are safe and healthy.
8 years on, Yan Liang is now a senior high school student, busy preparing for his college entrance exams. Despite the years, Yan Liang's father still insists on giving his son a foot massage every day. However, Yan Liang's father cannot be around at all times. Fortunately for Yan Liang, his classmates at school are also there to help.
It is hard for Yan Liang to take a nap on his desk, so we prepared this spread for him to sleep on.
Our class is like one big family. We have developed a relationship that is as close as brothers and sisters. Each member of the class is willing to help one another. Yan Liang is like our family member.
Thanks to the assistance and compassion of his classmates and teachers, Yan Liang has found success and happiness in school over the years.
I had a great time over the past 3 years. Thank you very much for helping me. Thank you for treating me like family. Thank you very much for your care and kindness.
来协助我，谢谢你们对我的照顾。
In a final report, we'll meet a children's theater made up by a group of students from the Tzu College of Technology in Hualien. Knowing that many young patients staying at the Taichung Tzu Hospital have not smiled for a long time, these students decided to hold a performance in the hospital to cheer them up. A children's theater brings smiles to young patients at the Taichung Tzu Hospital in Taiwan.
Many children are living in the hospital and most of them are not feeling well. It is very rare to see them so happy. Whether it was parents or children, everyone was laughing.
The story talks about a double-headed bird that accidentally ate a poisonous fruit, which made it lose all its feathers. Luckily, with the help of other animals, the double-headed bird was able to regain its feathers. After watching the performance, many children learned of the importance to do good deeds.
Through the performance, my child can learn to have good moral values. Although my son is very young, he was still able to understand the meaning behind it.
This children's theater was put on by students of the Tzu College of Technology. From costumes, props to stage setting and lighting, everything was prepared solely by the students. Although not from a theater background, with passion in their hearts, the children's play has brought laughter to its audience. With the help of Tzu volunteers along the way, this group of students promise to continue bringing happiness and laughter to patients throughout Tzu hospitals. We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show. Team of doctors in Tainan seized the chance over the weekend to safeguard the oral health of those living in the local nursing home for the disabled. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.